I mean, I don't know about straight guys who grope other dudes.
I know,
like this isn't an ass slap in the locker room. This is him grabbing their junk during a massage, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That is more compelling.
It's interesting how we draw that line, though, right? Like I made that little comparison. You're like, yeah, of course. I mean, you slap another man's ass in the locker room, no big deal, right? You know, you slap a little ass. But then I was just like, you know, it's not like you grabbed some balls in a massage. So, whoa, that's completely different. No. Never grab that.
Grab the back, not the front.
I did not like when people would slap my ass in baseball. I was just like,
you had clothes on when they're like, "Hey, Kyle, good hit," and you're coming back into the dugout or whatever.
No, at the coach's house in the basement. It was just like, well, this seems a little unnecessary.
Coach Johnson, are the straps necessary?
Yeah, I mean, I just never.
This is to teach mental toughness.
He said, you know, this is what the pros do. He would always say that.
You want to be a pro, right, son?
Yeah, and I did.
I guess
I didn't.
I never really thought about that, actually. It was just like always a part of the culture, not the strap shit, but like just like slapping ass. Like it was just like, good shit, boy. Like this shit is, I don't know. I remember one time we were playing Baltimore, and we were like driving like to tie the game. Mm-hmm. And I made this like dope play to where like I made two dudes miss, and we didn't have any timeouts. And it was dope. I made Ed Reed miss, and then I like jumped to get out of bounds, but it was like really close. And the ref stopped the clock. Like, so he saw that I was out of bounds, and I slammed the ball down, and I slapped the ref in the ass. I was like, good shit.
just instinct. Just
because it's like, good shit, dog. Like, it's just part of it. It's just part of the culture. I guess I never really thought about.
Yeah.
Did he just kind of look at you like?
He was, because you could see him on film, and he was just like,
just laughing.
I called the shit out of that call, didn't I?
Yeah, it's a little weird how that's cool. Like I never liked it myself, and I never did it myself. It's like I just slap you on the back, dude. I feel like that means the same thing, but it's nothing compared to what we read a few weeks ago about minor league hockey teams and like the hazing. And I wanted to talk to you about this because you've obviously been at every level of the sport of football, and I wanted to ask about what kind of hazing like was at any of the levels. Like first, let me tell you what they did in these minor league hockey leagues, and you tell me if you've ever even heard of anything that approaches this. All right, they would, and help me out here, Taylor, if I miss anything, but they would, I think they would fuck these guys in the ass with fingers. They would like finger these guys' butts. They'd make them like they piss on them in the shower. They would come on them in the shower. They would seems like they would make them bob for apples. You know that thing where you get like a bucket of apples and water.
I remember
and you put
that
your head
one.
in it, but it's piss and like all sorts of other stuff like cum and shit and piss. They would beat the fucking shit out of them, like all sorts of like serious like paddlings and spankings and stuff. Like it's at some point it's no longer hazing to me. Hazing has always seemed to me like some sadomasochistic, borderline closeted gay shit anyway. But like this like goes over that line to like, yeah, this sounds like hardcore gay pornography. But
and some of the leagues these guys were in, it's like, what are you initiating them into, really? None of you are knocking on the door for even like the second tier down from the NHL league. Like you're initiating people into this team where anyone that's halfway good is going to be gone in 3 games. Like what? So it seems like people who are stuck there probably taking shit out on the people who showed up almost. Like, because that doesn't sound like hazing. That's just mean-spiritedness. I don't remember them fingering each other's asses, but I definitely remember the bobbing for apples thing and the pissing.
They might have fucked him with a hockey stick or something.
And like beating the shit out of each other.
I remember
God,
it like
I hope they didn't
Kyle.
tape
I'm
that
looking
handle.
for it.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the article.
That's insane.
Got friction tape on that big ball at the end of the hockey stick.
The worst shit that they did was like, in the pros, it's not really a thing because it's like at that point in time, you like low key an adult and you like nah, dog, like I got a family, like you have to fight me, like that type of shit. And the majority of people, like, I mean, at that point, like people got money, so they're like secure in who they are as men, so they just let you be. There's small stuff like they'll make you do shit like rites of passage. So like you have to carry the older cat's pads, or like they might fuck with you, like they put icy hot in your helmet. Like that happened to me. They put icy hot in my helmet. They hid my playbook, like little shit like that.
Did they
like nothing that's going to like humanize me? Like fuck no.
So one I heard on like 30 for 30, I think it was called Broke, and they talked about players who were forced to like buy everybody's food at a restaurant, and that could be like a $15,000 bill. Which and 15 grand sounds like it's not a big deal when someone has a $5 million contract. But then it's like, I actually dial that back. It's actually $1 million a year for 5 years, and half of that goes to taxes. So now we're talking about that, and then other people get cuts, and suddenly it's 15 grand out of like a $450,000 take home, which is a bite, you know. Add some bad decisions in a divorce, and you're out of money.
Yeah, no. For the most part, those kind of like the financial ones were reserved for like first rounders, where 15 grand wouldn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so I had to pick up a tab once when I was a rookie, but I was undrafted. So I told the dude, I was like, look, if it's too big, like y'all, you walking out that thing like I am. I'm paying my tab. But
the waitress comes, can I take a drink order? She's like, yeah, Coke's all around. Water for me. Yeah, flat, sparkling my ass. Come on.
with the dude that picked the restaurant, it was like I don't know if you ever been to. It's like this place called Fogo de Chao.
Yeah,
like Brazilian restaurant where they bring all the meat you can eat. And like they cut it right in front of you. It's really dope. Mm-hmm. But it's like a buffet though, so it's $50 a plate. So it was like it came out to like $500. So I was like, all right, cool. Like I could do that.
Dude, I went to Fogo de Chao thinking I could somehow beat the restaurant.
No, that shit keep coming.
I don't know who you are, but you can't beat that restaurant. There's no way that
yeah, we got a family rule that like you can't have no sides. Straight meat.
You still won't win.
It's funny that you went into that thinking it's like a competition. Like everybody there's like, here's your table, sir. The chef's back there sweating, making the meat, and you're the only one who's like, game time. Time to show this Brazilian.
That's literally not what happened. Kyle Joe Lozon and I had an eating competition that time, and I won, and I was proud shortly, and now I'm a little embarrassed.
We've all been there, man.